He's fucking slapping. This is sick. Oh my god, this is a fucking cool solo.
Hey Jude.
Wait, is My Guitar Gently Weeps, is that a Prince song? I thought it was a Beatles song. Prince's solo over it has a legendary solo for the tribute. Ah, that solo is legendary. Okay, so do I need to get my electric guitar out and we're gonna learn the solo? Is that what we're gonna do? All right, I guess that's what we're gonna do. So this solo you guys are saying is legendary. A legend of the dare. The man is a star. He is a beacon of guitar light. Let me tune my guitar first, and then I will pull it up. So my guitar gently weeps. Prince. Wow, that's like the first thing that pops up. Boom. Or if you're just tuning into the stream right now, apparently there's a song that I have to, like a solo I have to listen to that is super, super good. So we're apparently going to listen to it and have a geese. Where does the solo start? I'm already in. So we're gonna slap a massive A chord. I don't know what that chord is though. Is it okay, that's pretty cool. So we got a 6. And then a 5. It sounds like it's a diminished over that progression. And then he does the 6, 5, 2, 5, 1. Oh, sorry, that is that 2 chord. And then a 5 or 6, back to 6. You're pretty sure they play it as A chords with different bass notes over the A. I'm just trying to hear that. It's a minor 7 flat 5. So the minor chord kind of works. So they must be playing just like simple minor chords. That's what I'm hearing there. That sounds like a minor 7 flat 5. He's fucking slapping. This is sick. Oh my god, this is a fucking cool solo. Okay, so so I'm pretty sure nothing's changing in the progression. He's falling and then the security guy picks him up. Oh my god. I love Prince. What a fucking G. Oh my god. What a beast. Okay, a lot of this stuff, just think Stairway to Heaven, and he's ripping a lot of licks from there. But there's the 2 chords that are going to throw you off when you're soloing of this. And then the boom. So he jumps in on a really great note. Very first note, he jumps in and he's like, he's not going to mess around. Actually, no, this sounds like a straight, like... So what? He jumps on the 5, on the 5th of the 6 chord. Clean, clean. I like it. I like it. Which is really cool because they're going like. And then he's going. Nice. Simple. Clean. That's the first time he starts bringing like the natural minor or something like that. Nice. That's sneaky. Where is he? Where is he? That note, what's going over that chord where he puts that in? That's really nice. So he's doing that. It's like he's doing, because it's over 5 chord. It's like he's doing like a sus. He's like augmenting the... No, he's doing a root note. Very cool. I mean, I would never think to do that. I wonder what that's accenting. Because it's not even accenting that either. Fuck, that's so cool. That's a really, really clever... Nice. I think it's just a nice note. So the one thing with these guys is they're really, really good. And if he's going to fit a note in there, he's just like, this is going to sound sick. But I don't know why. That's the thing is, I want to know why that note sounds so cool. So if we've got... I think it's just because he's hitting that 3rd. That's all he's doing. But maybe that 2 to the 3, just over that 1 chord, is probably what's making it sound dope. Because it's a bit, it's like he's being bluesy. So he's in that. Because he's like doing the half step up to the 3rd. And I think that's what makes it really, really cool. And then he jumps like that. Back to the root note of the scale, so to the A. Nice. So that one's a really, really cool note that he does there. That's getting that. That's cool. That's a cool little phrase. So he's singing the A minor pentatonic, bending up to that note. I don't think he's thinking modal at all, but these are all like really sneaky things that you can do. Well, that note there, that's a natural 6 if you're sitting in the minor. Whatever he's doing there. I don't think he's thinking about this note here. I think he's just... So a really cool thing that you can do, or that blues players do, or anything like that, is they're not... I don't think he's... I would like to... It would be nice to think that these people think theoretically, but I think they just know what sounds good. And to go from a place of tension, resolution, and a half step is huge in doing that. Like anytime. So say I'm in the pentatonic, right? And I go... Say I've got like 4 notes, right? I've got... All of those notes that I'm bending to, I'm going from a half step bend up. Sounds sick. You see how just that note just sounds sick? And so I think that's what he's thinking. He's gone for this. Because in the key, when you hear this, that's a flat 7, and then when you hear this, that's the root note. It just sings. And then... So that's a perfect pedal. I don't know, that sounds fucking great. So that's when you look at them, try not to over, like, what are the scales? It's like, no, it's a lot more simpler than you think. It's pretty much, he's like, this is my banger note. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking smash the shit out of this note, and I'm gonna get that. I'm hoping that that's how he's thinking, because I just don't, the more theory you have, then the more thinking you're doing, and then the less feeling you're doing. So if you're thinking too much, then it's too hard. And that was the whole point. Is to get that all to get to that root note. Nice. And because like when you're looking at guitarists that are really good, if you're looking at a guitarist who's a guitarist, typically they do more guitar things. But when you look at someone who is a songwriter, then that's, yeah, we're doing a breakdown, Luke. When you're looking at someone who's a songwriter, they're thinking way different. They're thinking like tension, resolution. They're building a solo. They're building a whole vibe. He needs to build a solo that everyone is just like, connecting. Like when John Mayer does solos, or like, you know, Prince, any of these guys, they're not really going in down the road of like, this is my scale, this is my modes, this is like, they're not going to do that. These are their pitches. They're just like, they know this shit works. So then they're just thinking vibe. And so what you want to do is you want to think about like, how can you connect to the vibe as much as possible? So you got, and so if we try to reverse engineer that, that's just going to be like, so he's just doing really, really great things over those things. He's finding the really, really subtle things that are going to create a little bit of tension and then just rip you into like this huge feel. So good. So good. Like to be able to do this stuff on the fly. I mean, they've probably rehearsed this a few times. So he's found, like a lot of the times when you look at these guitarists, you might think it's like all off the cuff. Like there's going to be elements to the solo that might be off the cuff, but he has played these licks. He's played over similar progressions like this thousands of times. So he knows exactly what works. And it's not like he just randomly made up the solo. Like maybe they jammed a few times and they did some rehearsals and he's like, yeah, sweet, sweet, sweet. And then he already knows, he's got a game plan. He knows. And then obviously feel will take over. Like maybe there'll be some spontaneity in the way he attacks it and approaches some of the notes and things like that. But overall, they have a game plan. They know what they're doing. They've done it many times. It's kind of like, once you know everything, you don't think, you vibe. And so he's just trying to like, it's just like a collection of like amazing licks that he's done before. And that's just like simple. He's just sitting there in the pentatonic, chill as. Now, the thing that you want to hear that's really, really cool here about this, it's the notes are simple. And so like a lot of times everyone, so a lot of times the notes are really simple, but the rhythms are the things that you want to start extracting. So there. He's got like this. But he looks like he's doing it up here. I don't know how he's doing that. So that's the cool thing. That's a really cool thing that he did there. What is that? So he's up the neck. So what is that note that he's hitting? So it's an E. I don't know how he's doing that. That's really, really cool. Because he's doing a hammer on. So he's doing it like a... think that might be it. It's like a hammer-on hit. Something like that. That's pretty cool. So that part that would be nice. So he's just moving down the pentatonic scale while he's got that. I've never tried to do that in a solo. Maybe I don't have the balls to do it because how much I probably wouldn't crush it. But now I'm seeing Prince do it, and I'm like, oh, it's actually not that crazy to sneak in. It's pretty fucking cool. He is so good. Back to the root note. Now he's just moving on. And the other thing about it is always remember tension resolution. So he just dropped in this like. So he gave you like this, and then he's like, chill. He's just like in, out, and like that's how you get. There's no like genius that's happening here. He's obviously amazing, but this is skill. This is, you want to reverse engineer, how is he thinking? Like, he's just like, here's this, and then here's this, and here's this, and you can see the natural ebb and flow of what you're hearing. It's not like he's going like, you know, he's not like jumping into some massive shred thing. He gives you the fast thing, then he resolves with, like he's not resolving note-wise. Like the note is not the thing that's carrying it, because you can pick any note. You do that. Or you could do that. You know, you could just, obviously a root note is going to slap way harder than other notes, but the thing that is making the feel is him going fast and doing that really, really cool little lick that he did, and then he's resolving it really well with a really slow, long-held note. And so that's the skill that you want to be extracting from this. Not what note is he playing. You want to extract these rhythms, especially with guitar licks. Everyone gets it wrong. They always jump in, let's get all the guitar, like all the notes out, and it's really just the rhythms. So for me, I will never transcribe this and try and learn it note for note. It's just a waste of my time. But these rhythms, oh man, you're gonna hear me like literally today. Maybe in the next like half an hour, I'll probably start shredding some of these rhythms and be like, hey, can we fit this into the solos that I normally do? And so I will steal every idea that I can. Exactly, Simon. That's what it's about. That's what it is all about. It's about stealing the rhythms. Everyone thinks melody, but it's truly the rhythms. These guys that are amazing, they have the most slapping rhythms that they're doing in their licks, and those are the things that truly are creating feel. Because notes themselves are just notes. Like if you look at any song that you ever listen to, like if we bring it down to first principles, like the most basic function of music, I could play this note. Say I've got this chord or this chord. Now if I go, or I go, or I've got, you can see how they already have like a totally different vibe about them, but they're all the same notes. The same thing goes with scales. Like the scales or playing a solo, everyone is so obsessed with like, what's the right note? And it's like, no, what are all the rhythms that you have? Because the rhythms are going to completely influence the way other people feel things. And like they create the motion in the music. Being able to create tension and resolution with rhythms is where all the rhythm's going to happen, where all the emotion's going to be pulled out from in the song. And that's where people are like, oh my God, I fucking love that. And it's like, you don't even have to be good. Like, you could literally like say I like butcher this, really. Like, this is me butchering it. Is there another section when they do this? So it's this chorus here. So I can just come over the top of this and ruin the song. Here we go. 1, 2. You're like, you just fucking, it's like fast, slow, fast, slow. It's like, you can do a pretty basic solo being a noob. And it's pretty cool. Like, that's one of the coolest unlocks that I ever had in music was like, you didn't have to be great to do a great solo. Obviously, we will all strive for Prince level or John Mayer level or any of like Eric Clapton. We want to strive for that level of excellence. But just know that, you know, I was just YOLOing, and that wouldn't have been bad if I played over the, like, they wouldn't have yelled at me. They would have been like, hey, maybe don't play over the singer, but it is what it is. And then the other thing you got to see as well, okay, so now I just said all this shit about notes. Now I'm going to recant on everything that I said about notes. But this is the only exception to the rule. So the notes don't matter, but you alternating between where the notes are going hard is really, really good. So using notes as tension resolution. He's been hanging out down here. And he's got that. That's where Prince has been setting us up sonically. And then he jumps all the way up to the... Now he jumps up and screams up in this whole new octave. And that is where tension and resolution of notes matters. So if you're going to play down low and you're going to set us all up, and now you want to hit a whole new level of tension and resolution, Is this helping you guys, by the way, when it comes to like extracting the solo information? So he's been giving you guys a lot of information down here on the guitar, and then now he's kind of exhausted a lot of rhythmic options, and now this is the point where he's like, all right, time to like level this shit up. Does like this big like, does like, and he gives you like these notes that you haven't heard, or you probably haven't heard for a while. He's giving you these big banger shred notes. And they're not even like, he's not even going fast or anything. He's just holding like these really, really high notes. And so it's kind of lifted the solo to this whole new level, which is really, really great. And so when you're writing solos, think about that. Oh, yeah, and then he goes even further there. Which is pretty much you kind of pushing the guitar at its highest, like, that's pretty much as high as the guitar goes. Maybe like an extra tone up would be up here. I don't know if he goes there. Now, and again, see, like this is like no, he's given you this whole high thing, Now he brings you. Now he's gonna jump down. So he went from up here going like. And now he's bringing you back down again to build you back. And then he's got his place security guard ready for the rehearsal. That security guard must be like, dude, I'm that guy that held Prince. Cool, and so he gave you that low section there, and now he's going back to bam, and he's still in his pentatonic. Now he's come back to the very beginning of a solo, like he did this thing. So we're 1 minute, so within 1.5 minutes, he's literally come back exact spot. Literally that lick. So he's come back exactly there. He's resolved his solo to be like, all right, now we're back at the beginning. Yeah, buddy. This is the one thing that I reckon guitar should really, really figure out is these sections. These sections where he does this, this is more impressive. Is learning how to fill great triads over the top of solos where you can fit in these nice chords. I think he's doing an octave. Sounds like an octave. Yeah, he's doing it with his thumb. Nice. And can you hear guitar? This is when you know a guy knows what the fuck he's doing. Guitar gently weeps. He literally hits the melody line. So when you're like wondering like how good is he, this guy is listening to everything. He knows what he's going to do. He just gave you this whole like that. Guitar. Like he's not missing a beat. This guy is so good. So pay attention. Like this is what when I say about like learn the rhythms and learn the melodies. Like understand the song. Like what is the vocal melody doing? Yeah, so that. Very, very cool. It's a bit hard to hear exactly what he's doing there, but you can just see he's he's dialing really into the song now because he's given you the whole big. He gave you like a minute and a half. So this is the thing. Like the guy is like, I hate to say genius, but I say genius not on the level of like it's innate. I would like this is skill. He's genius level skill. He's put so much time into understanding music, and this is what you guys, when you're trying to extract it for yourselves, this is what you want to do. I mean, this is my dream. Like I would strive to get this good, but I mean, chances are probably won't happen. But because he spent his whole life doing it, I haven't done that. So this is I'm assuming he would have been like fucking 40 or 45. How old was he when he did this? But either way, like majority of us will never get here. But if we can get to like 75% of this by trying to reverse engineer the way he might be approaching these solos, oh my God, like I think we'd all be pretty stoked, right? So here in this section, you're hearing he's kind of stepping away from doing all of his like guitar lick things, and now he's moving more into the songs. You're moving more into the songs and vibing into like what's the progression doing, what's the melody doing, and now he's connecting to the song way more. So this is the end of his solo, and now this is the part where he begins more rhythmically approaching the song, and so this is obviously how someone can go for 3 minutes to nearly, like he's doing a nearly 3 minute solo just shredding. But the other thing that's so fucking cool about this is his tone on a Telecaster. And there you go. There he brings in his note finally. So he really dialed back into the rhythm. That gives you guys enough of a break as a listener to be like, okay, we're chilling. So everything is like, it's perfectly placed. Perfectly placed. So good. And so he's given you this little mental break, and now he's about to sneak this in. Do you reckon it's possible to get this good without being a writer? Personally, I mean, look, anyone can achieve anything, but personally, I don't think so. I think if you haven't written a song, you don't know how to write music, because if you aren't someone who composes music, writes music, or pays attention to great writers, you don't actually get that level of respect towards melody that these guys do. Because these guys know that a banger melody sells thousands of copies, hundreds of thousands of copies, millions of copies. So crushing a melody, crushing a lyric, that is what sells. They know that it's not a chord progression. They know it's not a guitar solo, unless it's a guitar solo that truly inspires. But like even, I would say Sweet Child of Mine or things like that. There's never been like guitar solos that carried a song. They were big in the song, but the song itself stood so much stronger than the guitar solo. And then you smash like a great solo over the top of it. Then you like completely, you've got winning combinations. So it's not about like this, the song itself will always be the most important thing, but the solo itself is going to be the thing that the solo is going to be an additive thing, not the thing that carries. Pretty sure Covered in Rain carried the solo. I mean, Covered in Rain, is that a successful John Mayer song? I don't think that's a successful John Mayer song. We'll just finish this and then we'll talk about that. But because we're talking about like what makes something insane. Because you can do a great solo over anything. Any person who's great guitarist or great musician can do a banging solo over anything. But the song itself needs to stand the test of time. The song itself needs to crush. I mean, that's probably why this song, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, this song was so good and crushed. So like, there's lots of songs I love. I'm saying like, I love lots of songs where I thought the solos like, Guthrie Govan is like one of my favorite guys, but Guthrie Govan's never going to be famous, never going to connect to the masses because he doesn't make music for it. And the one song that I love the most is the one song he hates the most. So like, Yeah, you can't listen. Yeah, but even look at Stevie Ray Vaughan, right? So he does heaps and heaps of guitar, but Stevie Ray Vaughan's rhythm is incredibly tight, and his melody, his vocal melody, is insane. Like that's how John Mayer learned everything. John Mayer copied Stevie Ray Vaughan's vocal melody and the way he like sang. Like that's how he learned how to get good. Stevie Ray Vaughan is a freakishly good singer, and his blues melodies are so good, so good. And then he adds his crazy guitar on top of it, and it just crushes. Oh, we're at the end. Sweet. So there you go. And then he ends with his like little solo to end the song. And throws his guitar because he's like, I just did the most fucking slapping solo of all time. Fuck yeah. And then moves on. The swag level of Prince is insane. Oh my God. I don't know whose guitar that was. Hopefully it wasn't someone else's. He's like, Prince did the best guitar. I don't know if like Prince just walked in with his own guitar or he like snuck in and he played someone else's guitar and then he just like fucking threw it. Who gives a shit? You know, the most sad thing is I'm pretty sure that the guy with the white hair is Tom Petty, but I'm so uneducated to know that it is Tom Petty. But I'm pretty sure it is Tom Petty, this guy here. But anyway, yeah, that's so good. Wow, thank you guys for that one. That was a really, really cool one to go through. That was sick. Guys want me to cover the song? Yeah, I mean, maybe there could be a maybe when my band does it, I'll cover the song and then I'll rip a Prince style solo. But yeah.